Hey everyone, welcome to ZSR. Today we have another Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 9 race. Today we have RyuuKane versus Zephyr. Tracking today you got me and Lady Draco, and on commentary we have Okishi and Ink, and they will take it from here.
Thank you, Baseball. What is up? We've got ourselves a wonderful match today. RyuuKane versus Zeph. What is up, Ink?
Disneyland!
Oh my goodness, it's Mickey Mouse and the Clubhouse. They are racing it out together. Uh, I mean, dude, I tried to do a little research, and these two barely see each other. They played one qualifier together, and Zeph forfeited that qualifier. So you can't even really count that. The last time they played, Mini Blends 2025. I tried to go back further. You can't see a match between these two since last year's qualifier for Season 8. They played like 2 or 3 qualifiers, 2 of which Zeph forfeited. So you can't really take that into account. Yeah, so, I mean, I got nothing.
Yeah, we got nothing to work with here, but at least we can talk about the start. So it's a light med start. We're also starting with Minuet and Storms, so there's a junk song out there. And it's adult, and we're about to be right underway here. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, because these two practically might be thinking they don't even, like, who's this guy? I've never seen their name before. Like,
No, so these two obviously know of each other. 2 long-standing players within the community. Just never really see each other in those matches. We do have a Minuet start and a Song of Storm start, which is actually pretty good. Ryu's going to show us our dungeons and our layout for our medallions.
yeah, and, meanwhile, Zeph is gonna do a little bit of divergence here immediately and get rocked by a Moblin. But really his intention is to get the Kakiri checks and some hits done immediately. Oh, Ryu's age changing? What is this?
I mean, you do have a song just available to you right now. That is a Kokiri Forest to Morpha, so Zeph is probably going to be getting something juicy here, and a claim check is also dead.
More hints on Ryu's side as well. So we got the other copy of the claim check dead. Wasteland torches are dead. Royal Tomb torches are dead, and Lake Hylia is on the path to Twin Rova. As Zeph has got a Goron Seed and Morpha path as well, so we have 2 Morpha paths.
I wonder what medallion water is. I'm assuming it's going to be one of our bridge medallions here.
It is, yeah. It's Shadow Medallion.
Nice little money pickup there in the Storm's Grotto, but other than that, pretty much nothing. Do expect to see some big chests here in Midos.
Oh boy,
and
we got
that
a lot
we
of big
do.
chests. Jeez. Strength. What else we got, Zeph? A bottle. And Stone of Agony.
That's our path. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, Stone of Agony. That's definitely the path item. No, it's obviously the strength. I wish it was Stone of Agony. That'd be funny. But
yeah, the likelihood of it being a bottle is very unlikely. But yeah, it's more than likely that strength. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there could be like a hook shot or something on Child Kokiri Sword check, which both of these runners are definitely going to check. I know it's one of those checks that some people decide to skip early on, but I don't think we're going to be seeing anybody skipping.
Don't mention it. I got my hands up. No, with it being path, you kind of can't justify skipping it. So, yeah, it's definitely gonna be checked later. Got our first look at Lon Lon Ranch, and there's the other bottle! So bottle's not path.
Alright, so it's more than likely that strength at this point.
Yeah, more than likely. Oh, the other thing is we're gonna see Zeph go to Adult CAC as Ryu just age changed, you know, he decided to do a more child-focused opener. So if Zeph can pull something that will help with child efficiency here, like a bomb bag, then we'll have that over Ryu, since I'm sure Zeph and most people would expect in this situation for Ryu to continue as adult, go to CAC, but switching it up a bit. 30 is a slingshot, by the way, in terms of skulls.
40 and 50 are dead, so you're not going to be seeing some deep skulls, and more than likely not going to be seeing that slingshot on 30. I mean, as the Brits would say, I'd be chuffed to bits if for some reason you need that 30 slingshot there. But yeah, just a couple of the dungeons that we usually like to look at whenever we're looking at those early dungeons that you could progress into. DC is Forest, so that's a pretty early dungeon access there. We do have a DC in Jabu, so we are going to be seeing a child DC guaranteed today. So that slingshot is intensifying just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure both our runners know how to do child DC without the slingshot, and if not, then hopefully they can either skip that or get some chews.
What was that in the crate? Was that like...
That was K-Sword.
Okay,
So K-Sword in the crate. Deku leads to Jabu today, Deku leads to Jabu today, which is a stone. So may or may not be seeing that. Jabu really only being 4 checks, and unless it's AD, you're not really going to be looking at that too much.
Yeah, I know of a few enjoyers of Stone Jabu in Disneyland. It's their favorite attraction, but Ryu's definitely not one of them, and Zeph's definitely not one of them, so unlikely that we'll see it, I agree. Ryu's gonna clean up Mito's house, get all the things that Zeph got. Zeph, meanwhile, just finishing up Dampe, and... Is Dampe anything? Not really. So just the case sorting graveyard on the crate that we're not gonna get yet.
Did we by chance see where the light arrows were?
I don't think so. I don't even think Zach checked it, did he?
I don't know. He didn't check? Okay.
Alright.
Well, opponent's in the windmill. So we do have a storm start. Another one of the dungeons that is pretty early on that we want to check is the bottom of the well. Bottom of the well does lead to Spirit, which is a required medallion. So definitely going to want to open that up. And oh my, we have a Lost Woods to Morpha.
Yeah. Triple path to Morpha.
In Deja Vu Inc.
Yep, this is Deja Vu. Well, Ryu's in Woods. He did case or just... Oh, it's a scale in Woods. That's pretty ambiguous. Especially considering we don't have explosives yet. But also, I wanted to say Ryu did case or chest and it was nothing. So the strength is confirmed path here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That usually means that strength 1 you're specifically going to be looking at strength 1 checks, or if strength 2 is just equally available, then you're going to be looking at strength 2 checks. So we're just going to have to keep an eye out for the logic on that.
For sure. Also, Zeph is gonna continue this adult segment, interestingly enough, and go up trail. Maybe even do... Okay, not going to Forest Temple yet.
Yeah, I mean, you have strength.
Woods.
Yeah, you've got strength here. So you can open up the... you could do a check inside of Goron City. There's a big boy right there in Trail Wall. Be able to do the DMT Grotto, and if you really wanted to, you could go into DMC and check to see what's on top of the volcano, and maybe even check inside what's the wall there. But I'd say that's a bit aggressive.
Ooh, Fire Temple to Twin Rova, so we have all our paths. As Zeph gets choose in DMT Storms. Hello.
Yeah, that's a big pull, especially seeing that there's a big chest right there.
Yep, he'll be able to get that immediately, and then go into Goron City and do checks thereafter. Wait, is he... Zeph? Zeph, turn around.
Zeph? Well, no, okay, maybe, alright. He might just be doing a loop. He's doing a loop. Yeah. 100%, right? Totally not.
Without ZL, I don't know. We'll see.
It's an aggressive loop. Very aggressive loop. We trust.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh my goodness! Surely! While Ryu goes and grabs some beans there, which is really not a bad idea. You've got Serenade, you've got Sunsong, you're not worried about time of day. You've got a Lake Hylia to Twin Rova, so yeah, I mean, you're really not going to be feeling bad about grabbing some juice or grabbing some beans there.
Gerudo Valley is foolish. Well, also there's a hookshot in Goron City. So
you mean Gerudo Valley?
Yeah, Gerudo Valley. Another favorite Disneyland attraction of mine. Always seems to have the goods, but today doesn't. So gotta wonder if this is even an S9 seed. Maybe we accidentally rolled an S8 one.
Yeah. Well, our Goron City to Morpha being a hookshot really doesn't kind of makes sense. Oh my goodness. Ryu finding our 3rd bottle of the seed.
Chat's pointing out that the hookshot in Goron City could be strength 2 locked, which it would be pretty funny. I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe there's just a strength in I don't know. Maybe there's a strength in Lost Woods. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm thinking lake, like good old child fishing or adult fishing or something. Because we got a lake to Twin Rova too. Zeph is indeed gonna do the loop. Despite not having ZL. Wants to get these checks done. And we'll get some information out of it too, I believe. Okay, he has all his path hints, actually, so information isn't that crucial for him, I would say. We also got a Kakariko 4. That's gonna be big for Ryu, actually, if anything.
Did we get any other item in Kakariko? Because that means there's only one item left in Kak. Because there's a slingshot on 30, and then you have the 2 songs.
Yeah, we didn't get anything else. So whatever it is,
saying
either...
one big and open grotto.
Oh yeah, the big and open grotto. Yeah. That's correct, I believe. I don't remember what we got there.
Was it a bottle?
No, it wasn't a bottle. Zora tunic. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my.
about right.
Okay, so yeah, for good skulls, 10, 20, those are dead. And Shadow Temple's got more items than CAC does. Shadow Temple
Yeah.
5.
Well, I guess we know why we're not getting any Ganon's boss key paths, because all our items are just in Shadow.
And Zeph unfortunately did miss that big chest in Death Mountain Trail, which kind of sucks, but maybe he goes back for it later.
Yeah, that's a bit monk-ass, I would say. You know, a bit worrisome, but you know, maybe he will remember. I think normally he would go back. I think maybe he just got a bit too excited about those chews. Fire arrows in domain, by the way.
Yeah, so the 2-pack that was on Link the Goron was actually our 20-pack, so that's why Zeph's kind of rolling in bomb juice here. Explosive's really not a problem at the moment, so he can pretty much choose to do whatever he wants. This child segment's going to be nice and juicy for him.
Hey, look, a bomb
Meanwhile,
bag.
yeah, okay, so yeah, we don't need strength 2 to get the hook shot there. That hook shot's just opening and logic.
Yeah, it also most likely fulfills our Lost Woods to Morphopath. It's just scale for bombs. So, pretty ambiguous. We can't really deduce much information. Also gives us the Lake to Twin River path in terms of it being a bomb bag that's, you know, it's a bomb bag. I mean, it just unlocks everything. So those are two paths that are just kind of, I would say they're early game paths, but they're not really that useful for us. They're so ambiguous that it doesn't give us really any other information about other items. But we'll see what's on Child Fishing on Ryu's side as well. Also, Slingshot was vanilla on Shooting Gallery. So we won't have issues with Child DC later, either.
Yep, no issues there. 30 officially off the table. No need to do 30 skulls. And honestly, there's really no reason to visit CAC unless you're going into bottom of the well entrance or going over to Graveyard. So you could pretty much forego chickens and adult shooting and the Redead Grotto there. You don't have to worry about any of that. Nothing on child fishing.
Yeah, the funny thing for Ryu is he's gonna do CAC and then he might be able to like skip some checks in Kakariko, just depending on the order he does things. If it's a similar order to Zeph's or something like that. Because he has the hint, so he'll just like go to open grow. Oh, I'm done. All right, don't need to do any checks more. I don't need to do engines. None of that. Granted, they're pretty short checks, so it won't be much of a time save.
Yeah, very minimal, but yeah, it does kind of feel good to be able to skip a lot of those checks in your first adult segment.
For sure. Oh, where are we going, Ryu? Well, I hope Ryu isn't going to Goryu Valley, because it's foolish. I don't think he has that hint, actually. It was in Goron City.
Yeah, I don't think he does, so maybe this is just a South Field check.
Maybe he'll get the hint in Southfield or the other copy. Who knows? It definitely won't feel good though, because doing Valley's Kid is pretty slow. Also, what a child spawn. It's in the adult shooting gallery in Cat.
Yeah, gonna be nice and easy to open up the well.
The only downside is for Zeph that he doesn't have the CAC hint yet, so he doesn't know chickens are dead. And he's gonna waste some time doing them, but you know, At least he'll feel good that he gave Andrew her chickens back.
You know, it'd be
big chest and open grotto. A wallet, alright.
Alright.
As you were saying, Oat?
Well, I think it'd be pretty funny if Zeph pulled another pack of bomb chews here on Child Chickens.
Yeah, it seems like he's just walking into every pack of chews in the game somehow. So, what is this? It is just money.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't feel too bad. Money, you know, definitely kind of necessary in the early game.
Colossus has our prelude. We don't have a Requiem yet. So, gonna be sometime before we get prelude. Also, Ryu deciding not to do Valley here. Will be good for him. He won't end up wasting time hiking there as kids. And
Yeah, but I mean, with this spawn, he's probably gonna also do chickens.
that is true. That is the downside.
But with this, it does look like Zeph is choosing to do Child River, which makes sense. You want to grab beans. You know, you never know. Even though he does have that hook shot, you never know how many beans you really are going to need. So I assume he's just going to take 2 here and go. Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, he's just grabbing beans. So, gonna plant it for the K-Sword in Graveyard. So that at least.
Final Frog is dead today, so we won't have to play every song to frogs. Meanwhile, Ryu gonna open up the well. I believe Zeph is gonna as well. I think, or if not, he already did it. I think he didn't actually yet. Today, bottom of the well entrance is Spirit Temple, and actually Ryu doesn't. Does Ryu have the loadout to do it? He doesn't have a slingshot. Zeph definitely does. So Zeph could do Child Spirit here if he wants and get Prelude on
Yeah, I mean,
the other side of Colossus if he really wants.
I guess the good thing is your child spawn is right there. So if you ever want to come back for, that, then it's not a bad thing.
Very true, very true. Wouldn't surprise me if Zeph rips on Child Spirit here, because Spirit, it's progression. But no, we're gonna minuet out instead. Come back for it later.
Yeah, that makes sense. He still needs to grab his scale. He could do a couple more checks along the way, having those bomb chews. And the good thing is Lake Hylia is really not a place that Zeph's not gonna get to. It is path. He has a bean to go and plant if he wanted to, so it's not gonna feel too bad.
Oh, Ryu is doing Kakariko in this order as Kid. So he's gonna actually get Open Grotto and then find out, hey, all my items in Kak are fulfilled now. I don't need to do any adult checks. Except the song.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a nutty adult whenever Ryu decides to go adult. Gonna be able to just walk to the song and walk to Graveyard.
Looks like he's gonna go adult pretty soon here as well, playing Serenade. Nope, okay. Getting Dampe first. Which is fair, because we have Suns. Or actually, wait, is this the Dampe play? Yeah, it is. He's safe quitting. I was a bit confused there for a second because Ryu doesn't have Nocturne. He hasn't been adult yet, like Zeph has, to get the Nocturne. But of course, our spawn is writing CAC as well, so
Yeah.
very convenient.
It is a little feel bad because he hasn't gotten one of those slingshots yet, so he's not able to eye this in with child spirit, but that's okay. That's all right. He set himself up for a very nice adult section when he goes back.
I believe he has a bean to actually get the case sword if he wants as well. He's likely gonna peek it here, and then one trip graveyard as adult essentially. Get the case sword.
Yeah.
His first
We
adult
do need
segment.
to find out where our ZL is. We do have a shadow to complete, so that ZL is definitely going to be necessary.
Also, Water Temple is foolish as we get a magic in woods. This is the grotto outside Goron City. Of course, Ryu will probably get around to that at some point, but interesting that magic is there in a path location as well. Also gonna like take a look at target in the woods, and it is long shot, so that's actually really our path.
All right.
This is
Yeah,
a pretty
so
loaded woods.
yeah, you could say it could be scale to get bombs, or you could say it's that long shot. I mean, man, those hooks are not locking each other.
Yeah, they aren't. Likely it's just a long shot. I mean, long shot fulfills it very simply. We got so many items in woods though. Ryu will have some time. I mean, he won't get around to targeting the woods for some time. I still doubt he'll skip it just because it's a path location, even if it's a bit out of the way. He might go out of his way to just get that. But it won't hurt him in the short run. Also, Ryu gonna go to Ranch here now. He still hasn't been to Ranch, so this makes sense. Also gonna get Boulder of Destiny here, which is a big chest.
My. All right, what do we
Bo.
get? Man, he's really setting himself up for a very nice adult.
Yeah, at this rate, he's gonna one-trip adult. Jeez. Well,
And
can't
he's got-
one-trip it because
he's got
we
a-
do child DC, but
Oh yeah, for sure. Child DC. We still have child spirit.
this is gonna be a very long adult though. I think he has everything that he would possibly want almost.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to get one of the hook shots inside Goron City. Thankfully, Goron City is hinted path to Morpha, so not gonna be missing that. And honestly, like if we're looking at it, like we need to beat Forest, and once Ryu gets to Goron City, he's gonna be able to get the hook shot and just go and knock out Forest.
Yep, he'll be able to do basically. I mean, he could do like Crater Loop if he really wants to, you know, get those checks done early, like Zeph did. But if not, then he could just walk back and do Forest and have a dungeon done. I'm also really curious to see what's on DMT Wall because I want to see what it would be if Zeph had gotten it. If it's something very important, you know, I would be a bit worried for him already. If it's something like Dins or Hovers. Just
It's the bomb bag
because...
for Zeph.
Yeah. Just because I'm worried he might have forgotten about it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're throwing predictions out there for it, I think, you know, could just possibly be another bow. But a couple of things that you do want to see, and there's the Valley hint for Ryu, so that's very nice. He's not going to be tempted into going there.
Yeah, he'll be happy about that. No camera reaction, as he does have camera on today. But he'll be happy about that, if he decided to not do it. Also gonna get a look at Richard on the Ryu's side. This is a check we haven't seen yet either. There's a the bomb log bomb bag in market is also kind of funny. I guess that kind of confirms bombs in Lake are the path item, but it could be something. There could be something else there as well.
It's the CAC 4.
Yeah, Zeph getting the CAC 4 for the first time, and the fire arrows as well. Well, after he talks to the guy and completes the new game. Oh, Ryu's buying shoes. Really?
He's not done. He's not done.
Yeah, he's not done. He wants to keep cooking.
Yeah, this is something that we've been seeing in S9 a lot, is people choosing to make their child one as long as they possibly can. The overworld does tend to, with these settings, because, you know, all the, you do get like a good mixture of the item requirements for Dungeon ER. Yeah, the overworld is just kind of like, you want to route that as efficiently as possible and pretty much route as much of it as possible. And that's what Ryu is showcasing here.
Yeah, I believe these shoes were solely... Also, that's a bow in SFM as well, that Zeph doesn't have, interestingly enough. I think he had...
He was right by it.
He had explosives when he was there, so that's interesting as well. It won't punish him because there's another bow somewhere in the world that's also accessible. It's not bow locked, but it might make his routing a bit more awkward.
Well, this is going to make Ryu's routing even better. Is he's going to be able to just beat Forest before going into Goron City. He just picked up that hook shot on target in the woods.
Yep. And he's also going to get this magic here, so he's just getting item after item.
And that's a water temple foolish. I don't remember seeing that the first time around, but...
Yeah, so Water Temple are other foolish today, along with Ryu Valley. I believe we did see Child Goron City out of Zeph, though, already, with just the one check. Just because it was Path, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I think we did see it. But, yeah, this shoe purchase from Ryu indicates he wants to do Child Spirit immediately, so... Likely see that very soon.
I think he's probably hoping to pull a Rudo's letter so he could just knock out DC while he's at it, but...
Oh no, you know what it is? It's planning ahead for Child DC, yeah. Because he has Slingshot already. Like, he got the Slingshot on Child Shooting. So he might consider go-moding DC. Also, Ryu gonna walk into the long shot here.
This is wild. I did not expect him to be able to get all this done in his Child 1.
Yep, doing the Pika's Kid, hopping on the big chest, backflipping on the big chest and jumping. Of course, if it was big, then he would have been able to see some sort of an outline, but since it was small, imagine you get that peak to indicate it is dead in the maze, the one maze check that you can't get as a kid. So now we're gonna see him go into DMT and likely get the big chest that Zeph never touched.
Yeah, so far not really able to determine, like, we're not able to pull anything out of our hints at the moment. We don't have a single stone dungeon, or I'm sorry, we don't have a single Ganon's boss key dungeon hinted to us for our paths. So more than likely, it's because those dungeons cannot be hinted path. because you're going to need those items for those dungeons for our bridge medallions.
That was Hover Boots and DMT Wall.
Where's Shadow? Shadow's in spirit. Wow. All right, so Ryu can, at this point, beat Shadow, beat Forest. Assuming, of course, we don't need Dins for Shadow.
Shadow
Oh, yeah, I
also
guess
has
we do need
5
Seal.
major items. Shadow has 5 major items. Like, he's probably gonna go there pretty soon. Even if he can't beat it, just the amount of major items in there that could potentially lock something for the ZL. Like, maybe Letter is in there, and you need Letter to get ZL off the Prelude song check. That will probably potentially incentivize him to go there quickly. But he's gonna get skulls here, even though skulls are dead.
He should
Or
know
he
at
might
this
get-
point that he doesn't need a single skull.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if we realized that hint. Burning Cack is our dead song today. So there's actually another item in Cack. That's why Ryu's doing checks.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, no, that's fair. That's totally fair. That one bomb from Ryu just blew up 3 keys in a row. That was very satisfying.
Yep. Also, we get a key in Child Spirit, so we can keep climbing. Meanwhile, Zeph just doing some graveyard cleanup as kid. Most likely gonna plant a bean. Well, he already planted a bean, actually, in the graveyard. So, just doing some more checks here. It's pretty close to the spawn as kid, so makes sense.
Yeah, no, we have not seen Cack archery yet. Ryu's the only one with the bows, and has not gone adult yet. Is still in their child one, 35 minutes in. And it's paid out.
Yeah, it has paid out. We did see Redead Grotto, by the way, chat. Redead Grotto was dead. Ryu did it, and well, Zeph's about to do it. So that means our item is on either Cack Archery, 10 skulls, or 20 skulls. Alright, Ryu gonna, as expected, keep climbing here. We'll actually be able to get Prelude from this at the very end.
I mean, that's if he chooses to go all the way there.
Yeah, you could make a strong argument for not going all the way just so that you can go there as adult later and get to Shadow easier, because we don't have a very good way to get to Shadow Temple. And it's very possible that our access to Shadow Temple, which is in the Spirit Temple entrance today, by the way, is supposed to be via Spirit somehow. Like, we're supposed to go through Spirit Temple, drop down from the hands, and get to Shadow Temple that way. But in the meantime, there's a magic locked key in Spirit, so that is something to note for Spirit key logic enjoyers out there.
Yeah, and that key does mean that Ryu can actually go through all the way if he chooses to.
Yeah, so the logic for Spirit, like going through Spirit and dropping down from the hand, it depends on the key layout in Spirit. Like, if you can get enough keys to do it, then it's in logic. I've had like me and you, Oak. We've had numerous pickup races where it was like we had a path and it was just something very stupid. It was like strength 2 or mirror shield just to get a key in spirit and drop down, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, I've had it before where my strength 2 was locked behind my child, my child being able to go all the way through spirit and drop down and complete, Jabu inside of Spirit Temple entrance. So,
Chimp, the bows that Zeph doesn't have are in Destiny Grotto and Field and SFM Grotto, the Wolfless Grotto. The
yeah.
Wolfless Grotto one he might not get for some time because he was there with explosives and just didn't do the check. That's a very nice trick, by the way. Very beautiful trick. There's a big chest in Spirit and it's
All right.
bomb bag, so we're at bomb bag percent. But yeah, as I was saying, Zeph might struggle with the SFM bow if he doesn't remember. He already kind of orphaned DMT Wall, which has hovers, which is also worrisome for him. But if not, then he'll be able to at least get the Destiny bow. Whether he goes back for DMT Wall or not, I think is a much bigger question.
Without ZL, this is going to be the end of the route here for Ryu. Finally going adult, fingers crossed. Pretty much a 40-minute child run here. Has been very thorough. Is able to complete Forest at the least. And you could probably deduce here that Forest might have something for your progression items because it just was not hinted here.
Yeah, so we got both hooks equally available. We got 2 bows equally available, actually. That leaves the strength, and the strength is hinted to have to morph. So
honestly, you might be able to find either a strength 2 or an item like Iron Boots potentially that could lead us to a strength 2 eventually.
yeah, I mean GTG's in water entrance, so that's not unlikely. But I was sort of more pointing out the chance that maybe Forest can't be hinted because there's just equally available stuff. We don't know for sure yet what's going on with the strength, though, but yeah. We know it's the path item in KF, though, so...
Yeah. And that's probably the only reason why the Forest Temple... That could be the only reason why the Forest Temple is not hinted, but we'll see. We'll see.
The interesting thing for Ryu is that once he gets Nocturne here, he can actually do Fire Arrow entry into Ice if he really wants. And that could potentially have our Out of Logic ZL. So that's a interesting option here that he has.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. I imagine he's probably going to go through Kakariko and get the song and all that before he does that, but yeah, very well might, and if it's ZL, might be able to one-trip Shadow. So now Zeph's going to go through Market, do some market checks, like Chew Bowling for the 20 millionth bomb bag, and Richard as well.
Yeah, we've seen all 3 bomb bags so far. 2 of the 3 bows. 2, actually, all 3 slingshots are known. Zeph has 2 of them. The third one's on 30 skulls. So a lot of those items that you have multiple of, we've seen pretty much all of them except for the third bow. And I mean, yeah, we do need to figure out where strength 2 and 3 are, but that's a different. That's different altogether.
The other funny one is we have all the bottles except the one that we need the most.
Yeah. To be in you'd like grab that Rudo's letter in that long child if you can, because it is a dungeon hard required to be beaten by child. But it's not going to feel bad because, you know, if you can't pull it there and your child won, then you're guaranteed a child too. And Ryu has pretty much done everything that he possibly could as child one.
Yeah, I would say so as well. So he knows at least Zeph isn't gonna have it in a child segment by the time he's done with it. Alright, looks like Zeph is preluding. This is most likely an age change as well out of him. He had a pretty long child one as well. Got to do quite a bit. Child spirit like Ryu. Pretty much most of the things that Ryu did, actually. Zeph also got around to. But
Ryu took
yeah,
a second peek there at the Shadow Temple 5, and he's got his cam on, so he gave a slight nod to how many items are in Shadow Temple there.
yeah. Yeah, that I would have that reaction too. I'd be like, huh? Oh, what? But yeah, Zeph's been walking past a few bomb-locked checks with explosives and not getting them, so hopefully he comes back for those, as one of those is his bow. Granted, he could get another one, and the other one is hovers, which he does need. He's gonna go into Fire Temple here, though, which is Path, so he might be able to pull something useful out of the first check. Let's see. And it is... I can't see if it's or not. No, it's
okay.
nothing. So we do need hammer to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, some other key entrances to note with our with the bow that we currently have on Ryu's side, he could do Stone Deku if he wanted to. It's in GTG entrance, so that is on the table for, I guess if he wants to cross over. It's not going to feel too great without having, you know, either Fauroras or without having the Requiem. So crossing over is not going to feel too great, but Shadow just has so many items.
You know what we kind of haven't brought up? So these 3 dungeons, the stone dungeons, they don't actually have very heavy item requirements in general. And also this seed is spitting out items. Like, we've gotten so many items. I'm thinking there's actually a realistic possibility. It's something like Lullaby on AD at this point. Because we haven't gotten an Ocarina of Time hint yet. Like, we don't... it could be Lullaby. Especially with how easy it is to get those dungeons done. Like, we don't need too many items. The only one we're really missing... I mean, we need Hammer and we need Rang still. But in terms of entrances, it's fine. Alright, where we got adult fishing? Nothing on Zeph's side. This was, of course, Path, so it could be something other than the bombs. So very fair of Zeph to be checking these checks.
It didn't really feel bad to do this. We do know that both of the other bombs are bomb locked, like guaranteed. So the bombs being path makes sense, but it doesn't really hurt to double check in these instances. But other than that, Ryu just kind of going through the motions of Forest Temple here. You know, it's a dungeon that's super linear. We all know Forest, and you're going to be doing everything here anyway.
Yep, this is just progression that you'll have to do no matter what, so might as well get it done. Not really much you can do to save too much time. Actually, in theory, Ryu could have done Adult Lake and gotten Scarecrow and did 3 Key Forest, which would save a minute, but the time it takes to Serenade and then go set Scarecrow and then walk back, like, whatever the case may be, kind of nullifies that, so it wouldn't even be much time save anyways, even if he did set up Scarecrow. Just because of the movement. The other bow chat was Destiny Grotto.
Yeah, I mean, there is a world that Zeph decides to just do all of field here in one go. And if he pulls that bow, it's actually going to feel really nice.
Yeah, Zeph gonna get that wallet here, which we did see Ryu get as kid. It'll save Zeph some little time on movement, getting these checks done as adults. Cause walking around as kid, you know, those child movement's a bit slower. Are you gonna do some nice bomb ground jumps here in Forest? So to recap to Mario in chat asking, Zeph sort of walked by some bombable checks that had his items. One of which was a bow in SFM Wolfos Grotto, as he did have explosives at that time, and the other one was DMT Wall, which... What happened there was he did DMT Storms, got his first explosives, out of logic, which were Chews, and then afterwards decided not to go back for DMT Wall, or I guess got too excited from getting the Chews, so... It's a little bit concerning. Those were the hover boots, of course, and... You know, maybe he'll come back around for it when he goes to Forest. Maybe not. We just hope he hasn't orphaned them for good. But he's gonna go to Deku now, actually. So, without the bow still. Deku, of course, being in the GTG entrance. Yes. So, Deku is in the GTG entrance. Ryu, meantime, pulling Strength 2 in Forest. So, that probably satisfies the path in a way.
So we're probably looking at a potential Strength 2 locking maybe our Iron Boots to complete Water. Water is inside of Ice Cavern, so maybe that Strength 2 locks our Rudo's Letter. But, I mean, for Zeph, honestly, what you want to see here is, you know, honestly, either Fauroras or Dins. He's not going to be able to complete Shadow, so if he commits to going all the way to Shadow Temple from here, there's 5 items in there, but we know that he's not going to find hover boots there, so if he does decide to do that, he's going to have to double dip. But if he finds like a Dins inside of Deku here, he'll be able to complete it, but it is a stone.
Yeah. And, I mean, we still don't know what's behind Ocarina of Time. It still could be Zelda's Lullaby. It's kind of a coin flip at this point. Well, not really a coin flip, actually. I'd say it's a 1 in 3 chance, because we don't know where Letter is, which would open up a song. Of course, that being the prelude song after we beat the Dodongo's Cavern. There's also Ice Cavern, which we just needed Dins to get access to logically. Of course, we could Fire Arrow entry into there. And then there's the Ocarina of Time song, so it's a 1 in 3 chance that we need AD today. But there is a big chest in Deku, so this could be big for Zeph. It's light arrows. Okay, well, we never checked the light arrow hint, so we had no idea where the light arrows were. But Zeph can at least pick those up here, so he does at least need to go here.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember Ryu checking the light arrow hint. He hasn't even been to adult graveyard.
Yeah, Ryu hasn't, and when Zeph was there, he never checked the hint. Oh, there's another big chest, though. What could this be? It is BGS. Okay, so at least some nice quality of life. Zeph is gonna actually have to save quit out, as he doesn't have a fire source or a bow to light that torch. So at least he'll be going into forest with BGS. That will save him a minute, roughly, if his execution is up to par with Ryu's. Doesn't make any mistakes. He's gonna go back for this last check in the Deku basement, which makes sense. I mean, you're here. It's very hard to get back here, being all the way out in the Gerudo area. And it is nothing, so... Is Zeph gonna bail? We'll see where he goes next. Playing Nocturne now.
I mean, doing what, 6 out of the 7 checks in Deku doesn't feel too bad, and pulling the light arrows, so you knew you were gonna have to do that in the first place. He's gonna grab the Kokiri sword. Now, with him going back here to back here, he's in CAC again. Kind of hoping that he goes back up DMT and pulls the hovers. I mean, the other 2 bows just seem so far away with his routing currently. He could end up going back and getting the one in SFM. I think the one in the Boulder of Destiny is probably just closer to what he'd rather be doing at this point.
Yeah, I guess have to agree. Honestly, I think it would have been a bit, fine actually, given his position, if he did field like all of field, got the bow, and then went to Deku, because then he would beat it, and maybe he could like gamble on AD or something like that. I don't know. Would be able to get HPA before Ryu as well. But now it doesn't really have too many advantages. Okay, so he does remember the hover boots. He, shield flicked a couple times there. He's not very happy with it.
It's going to take a dip in forest too. Unfortunately, not going to be able to complete it, but can do a couple of the checks in there. So at least be able to do courtyard loop, and I mean, that's pretty much it.
So Ryu did plant the bean for K-Sword anyways, but he, in retrospect, he didn't have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those niche things. It's one of the things that, like, also, this is going to be an awesome 0 cycle on Phantom Ganon from Ryu. It's very good at it and just makes it look so easy.
Yeah, Strength 2 was on Red Po, so that is bow locked. So Zeph won't be able to get that right now. Which is also gonna generally hurt him in the sense that, Ryu has a very nice, clean route at the moment, in the sense that after he does Kakariko here and Graveyard, he'll be able to go into Adult Spirit, and then go around, and then go to Shadow Temple from there. So that's gonna be really nice for him.
He's also going to be able to check Adult Archery and 10 Skulls, hopefully being able to find the last item here. I mean, if it's not on Adult Archery, then our last item in CAC is on is well, this is also fair. He hasn't done any checks as adult in Kakariko.
Yep, he hasn't even been here as adult at 58 minutes, which is kind of wild to say, but
Oh, it's
that just. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Dude, we forgot about it.
We totally memory hold that.
All right, well now Ryu doesn't have to do more checks. I guess he got to skip Cack Arch. Now he's gonna get the hint about Light Speed and Deku Tree. And he'll also get the Kakiri Sword as well, which today leads to our Stone Jabu. So yeah, if it's not AD, unlikely we'll go there just because of how low density it is. Like my fellow co-commentator Oak said earlier.
What?
About Stone Jabu.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, pretty low density.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I was doing. I was just staring at Forest Temple. Yeah, no. I mean, with Ryu right now, yeah, like Shadow is like it seems good, and honestly, he's probably going to do what you were saying and just go through Spirit Temple. You do have the strength too. You could do a decent amount in there, but pretty much we're looking for Hammer to be able to get into fire. It's kind of likely that our Mirror Shield's going to be in fire.
Yeah, pretty likely. And I guess that begs the question, where the hell is Hammer? Like, we have no idea at this point.
Yeah, that's not something you get to see very often. A long shot Dampe race. Very cool to see whenever it does come up.
Zeph back in Lake again. Gonna play Eponas here. Oh,
Yeah,
what
this
is
is
he doing here?
Honestly, I think he's gonna be aggressively pushing
Shadow Temple.
Now, with his, like, currently it's out of logic. You need to be able to cross, and to cross you with his current setup, you need the Lens of Truth. So that's not going to be the case. We haven't seen that anywhere, but at this point, he's just kind of going for that density.
Yeah, and I would imagine he probably feels behind. Like, I would feel behind in his perspective for sure. Not really just because of the DMT wall, but also just double dipping the Gerudo area is kind of slow. Never feels good. So he's definitely gonna just, you know, send it. Like he's just gonna send it on Shadow and hope. But again, unfortunately missing the bow, he'll have to hope there's a bow in Shadow to bail him out. There's only one left in the world that we don't know of. As Ryu gets a key in Adult Spirits.
Yeah, and so far both of the bows have been bomb locked. So, I mean, they're... Can't really deduce too much about that, but I would personally be looking into other bomb lock checks if I'm trying to pull that bow. I mean, he doesn't know that. He has no idea.
Yeah, from his point of view, the bows could just be anywhere. He doesn't know what check is missing. We get the boss key and another key in the lower sunblock room, the mirror push room, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, more than likely going to be able to go all the way through. But the thing is Ryu is going to have to pull all 5 keys, and he's skipping 3 ZL checks. So he's got to really hope that he could actually, no, he just needs 4 keys, sorry. For some reason, I'm thinking that you're going to need 5 there, but No, you just need the 4 keys to be able to go all the way through, and that seems like that's what he wants to do. He's gonna get there around the same time that Zeph gets there, too.
Yeah, I think the only difference is that Ryu's essentially in a progression dungeon getting keys and stuff that he needs to get anyways. This is still a bit more beneficial for him. There's another key, by the way. That's key
Okay.
number 5. So we actually have access to this area without Zelda's Lullaby, which is incredible. That means there's a very real chance that something
Don't
that
say
locks
it.
our Zelda's Lullaby is in Shadow Temple.
And honestly, like, if we see it, there's such a high chance for it, but we might see AD items in Shadow.
I mean, it could be just Dins for ice as well. You know, that's out of logic. I'm actually a little bit surprised Ryu decided not to do ice here. I guess he wants to stay in logic. Because he could fire arrow entry in, and if that would be ZL, that would save him another trip here.
Yeah.
Since we don't have Ferora's Wind, we don't know. It could be in here. I mean, it could be one of the 5 items. But yeah, if it isn't, then it might take some time to get back here.
Yeah, and both these runners are just going to be following each other. And honestly, they're going to be able to do the same amount. So there's really no advantage for the dungeon currently. So they're both just going to be knocking this stuff out, going towards that density.
I guess the one benefit for Zeph is that he has a big stabby on his side, though. So we'll be able to kill all the enemies faster, like Dead Hand, for example. Alright, still no big chests yet in Shadow Temple. Reminder that there's 5 major items in here. So we're expecting to see a lot of big boys.
Yeah, no big chests, no keys. So it's going to be... We're going to be seeing chests that we need to open up from here on. Yeah, and there is 5 items inside of Shadow. And to give you an idea, Kakariko had 4. So more items than Kakariko.
And Kakariko's a solid location, which is mental.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
I
for Zeph, he's definitely hoping for a bow here.
Yeah, a bow would be a huge bailout for him. Be able to put him around the same wavelength as Ryu.
Alright, our first major item is double defense, so not helpful at all.
Yeah, and this next check is guaranteed to be a key, so we're not going to see another major on this one.
I'm trying to check. We didn't get a shadow hint, like a hint for any items in shadow. In terms of dual hints, you know, of course, there's normally 2 dual hints in the pool: the Invis Blade room and the Boss Key room, as I like to call it, or Wooden Walls. Didn't get either of those today, so yeah, no information on that.
Yeah, and skulls are theoretically dead. There's technically a slingshot on 30, so... but 10 and 20 are dead. We're able to deduce that with our item hint count. But yeah, for now, they're just going to be following each other. Alright, what do you want to see in this shadow?
I would like to see a boomerang, actually.
Okay.
And maybe a hammer as well.
Hammer and ring. I mean, such high possibility. We still got 4 checks. So...
Two strats here.
It's very nice, very swaggy.
Alright, nothing in the invisible blade room. Not even a key either, so... Gonna look at our highest amount of checks room, highest check density room in Shadow. Next. Very shortly.
The fact that we've only seen 1 major so far is kind of concerning. I mean, there were jokes in the chat about all the majors being locked behind ZL, and I'm starting to get scared that that might be true.
Yeah, I mean... We're gonna get at least... actually, yeah, I guess all the other majors could get behind ZL. That would be pretty neat. We haven't got many keys yet. We're gonna get all the keys in this room, though. Boss key and 2 keys. I would say Zeph still has a lead in Shadow.
Yeah, slight lead, and with BGS, you know, any of those rooms that you're going to need to do any combat in, he's going to be able to knock out a little bit faster.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to maintain the lead in Shadow, most likely.
Yeah, the biggest issue right now is being an entire forest behind.
Ryu fell in Shadow too, so that's gonna give Zeph a bit more of a lead in here. But yeah, Zeph still needs to find the bow and do all of Forest, which is quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Forest, of course, the longest dungeon in the game. Even with perfect execution, still takes over 13 minutes, so... Actually, never mind. Not all of Forest. He's dipped Courtyard, so he's done at least the Courtyard stuff. But he'll have to go back there, which is a little bit out of the way. It's a DC entrance. Another key.
Oh, that's Rudo's letter?
Alright, so that is DC available, which gives us a song, so that might lock our lullaby, that letter. We'll see if we get anything else in there though. I mean, Dins is also a possibility to unlock ice. Very nice wind tunnel room from Zeph. So far, only 2 of our 5 major items in here, and here's our third. It is Iron Boots, which we do need.
That could be... That's Strength 2 locked, is it not?
Yes.
So yeah, that's our Kokiri Forest Morpha resolved. It's logical for you to do exactly what Ryu did and access this by going through Spirit Temple.
4th major item in Shadow Temple is Gold Scale, funny enough. So both forms of GTG access in here. And now Zeph gonna have to push the block. Ryu's gonna have to do this as well. Neither of them have ZL. So we'll have to do the block push and come back after we get ZL, which At this point, we can kind of assume it's likely in, likely in the prelude check in Temple of Time, which we need a letter to obtain, as the letter locks Dodongo's Cavern completion, which could potentially lock Suel. But we don't know that yet. It could still be on AD, it could be an ice. So we're gonna find that out soon. Zeph is gonna age change and likely do Dodongo's Cavern as its progression.
Yeah, both runners going and doing DC definitely makes sense here. Ryu is actually going to take this time to reverse, and he's not going to do Haunted Wasteland because that's hinted dead, but he's going to go into Deku and be able to not only clear it completely if he wanted to, but at least grab those light arrows.
Yep, and I imagine he'll also get HBA on the way out or on the way in, one of the two.
Yeah, so it's like you might be looking and you're like, okay, well, Ryu is an entire forest ahead, but there are things that Zeph has done that Ryu hasn't that's able to make up that time. And one is Zeph has already done pretty much all of the Deku there, and has done some of Forest Courtyard, so it doesn't feel too bad there.
No, Wasteland's hinted dead.
Yeah.
HBA would be the more painful one, I think, for Zeph, because Zeph has already been in this area without a bow, so he won't be getting HBA anytime soon. Meantime, he's gonna just go into DC, though. You know, feed Jabu a fish and get access to his mouth, which just has a bunch of Dodongos and rocks in it, somehow. Not sure how that makes sense. Yeah, lava too, like... How did Jabu... Why is there lava in Jabu? Like, it's a fish, it should, like, cook him.
What? Where is there lava in Jabu? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, the entrance.
Yeah, it's alright.
Jabu has heartburn. I guess that's the lore. Well, Jabu having cows and Deku scrubs makes a bit of sense because he could just like eaten them, you know. Oh, is that ESS shuffling there? Dang.
Setting up for a cool trick.
Setting up for the Forest Island chest. Even though we have hovers and hook to get the island chest. Okay, that worked for Zeph. So nice stair trick with strength.
Yeah, it shows the knowledge a little bit. There's just so many ways to blow up these stairs.
Oh, there's a big chest in DC.
I mean, a bow right now would be a huge bail.
Nope, just a condom. Oh, Ryu fell in Deku. Well, it's okay, he has long shot. He'll get right back up. But yeah, Zeph definitely gonna want a bow here. That would be a big bailout for him.
Yeah, not taking the risk and pulling out the Hylian shield. That's totally fair. Honestly, in this situation, I do feel like Ryu just does beat Goma. You don't know where your ZL is. So, and it's right there. Like, especially doing it as an adult with Big Goron Sword, you just, oh, never mind.
Yep,
He does
never
not
mind.
want anything to do with it.
Skipping HBA 2, which Zeph also didn't do as well. He hasn't done the first check in fire either, interestingly enough, so gonna see our first look at, well, actually Zeph did this. So yeah, actually, if there's something on HBA or Goma, I guess neither runner is gonna get it for a while.
Yeah, he can do Water Temple. It's in ice. He's probably just gonna do DC though. Just kind of follows up to Child DC, beat DC, then go back adult, and then go beat Water Temple.
I imagine Zeph might do something similar, to be honest, even without a bow. Just hope for, well, actually, maybe he'll put off Water Temple, to be honest, because he doesn't have a bow, he knows it's dead, so why not come back to it when you know you can clear it, if it's not locking anything.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I wasn't really watching, but I'm assuming that the upper DC loop was dead.
I believe so, yeah. There was nothing in the vulnerable wall above the eyes, and I mean, Zeph just dropped down and go-moded.
Yeah, it makes sense. No, currently inside Ganon's castle has not had a single hint towards it. It's not going to be hinted path, and we've gotten both of our... have we gotten both our major items? Yeah, Shadow and Cack. So we're not going to get a Ganon's castle hint, but it's highly unlikely that there's going to be anything inside Ganon's castle at this point.
I believe there can't be anything, actually. When you have these... Yeah, when you have these, like, bridge paths, when you have, like, 5 bridge paths, it means that all your GBK dungeons, in some way, lock the bridge. So, yeah. Between, like, the 6 medallions, it just means there's nothing.
Yeah, if there was something in Ganon's castle, it has to be hinted, actually. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah. Also, we finally got our OoT hint. It's Saria's song. Now, Darunia was hinted dead, so that only leaves Skull Kid as an AD possibility. That's the only thing that could be.
Yeah.
In terms of AD items, the only thing that I guess could be on AD is Mirror Shield. Because the rest of the items we don't have are for stone dungeons. We're gonna see a beautiful setup here from Ryu. This was a relatively new setup. Oh, but he dropped the chew too early. Unfortunate. DC done for Zeph. We'll most likely see what the song is behind it pretty soon.
So yeah, I would not be surprised if it's if it's ZL. I mean, it's 50-50 if it's here or if it's in ice.
No. Yeah, that's correct. I forgot about ice for a second. Oh, I guess Dins could also be on AD, like on Skull Kid. If we need it for Shadow. Oh, it's Bolero on the prelude check.
Okay, so it's in ice, but that Bolero does open up bottom of the well for us, but without having that ZL, it doesn't feel very good.
You know, if I were Zeph, I might actually do it. Just because, like, where do you go if you're him?
Yeah, that's also totally fair. Maybe pulls another bow in there. Oh, man. Yeah, actually, yeah, this does look like Boulder of Destiny. Zeph's going to get his bow. He's going to be able to catch up.
He's not going to be happy about it. That's for sure. Bow for Zeph, so now he'll be able to do more progression in terms of Force Temple, which has our strength too. But he's gonna get Destiny first.
Yeah, the good thing is he's going to be able to peek Tektite, and if it's an item, he can actually grab it, which Ryu, I don't even think peeked it, so if it is something, this is actually good for Zeph.
Yeah, this is an out for Zeph if this is something. And unfortunately, it's just a bloopy. So now Zeph playing Nocturne here. Wouldn't be surprised if he actually just does Fire Arrow entry. Yep, he's setting up for it. And considering we know our ZL's in here, definitely a strong play. So finally we're getting a Fire Arrow entry. I believe the last time we saw this was qual number 17 or 18? Where people were doing this. We haven't seen it in a restreamed 1v1 yet, so of course this is a trick that was recently allowed into standard rule set. Oh
yeah, he messed it up. Yeah.
Yeah, so this trick recently introduced into the standard rule set was previously not allowed, but as of just before Season 9 started, it was legalized, and now players can do it without getting the ban hammer from my co-commentator Oak.
I didn't do nothing.
Alright, Fire Arrow entry, attempt number 2 for Zeph.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the knowledge that ZL is straight up, you know, behind ice. So this definitely makes sense here. There we go. Right. That looks about right.
Yeah, first phase looks good. Yep, that looks good for Zeph.
Just need to get the last one. Very nice.
There we go. The interesting thing is, I guess logically, because we need Dins to get in here logically, and we might need it for Shadow. ZL can't lock Dins, so we have some idea where Dins is in the world. Alright, that's KD done for Ryu.
Now it's, I'm a little curious where Ryu goes after this. Water makes sense. You could do all of water.
Need ZL first. I imagine
You
he
can
follows
do-
Zeph into ice. And then...
I keep forgetting that ZL just locks things. Like, normally by this time you have it.
Yeah, 1 hour 28 in. It's gonna be past an hour 30 by the time Zeph gets it. Like, yeah. Oh, big chest. Ryu
Well, at least
does
we know
have
it's not
FA.
Dins.
Ryu does have fire arrows. He has the mark nose tracker. Unless he like scummed them somehow. Oh, there's another strength. Wait, that's interesting. So
Does that mean that? Hold on. The light bulb hit you too.
yeah. I think that tells us Dins has to be strength 2 locked actually.
Yeah. And honestly, this is where you might just want to go GTG, and that's where Ryu's going.
He doesn't know it though. So Juke, to recap, Zeph is doing ice because Zelda's Lullaby is in here. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
So we don't know where Dins is. We might not need it, but yeah, Zeph is going where he needs to go. Ryu's more so just looking for items here. I guess he's looking for his logic. Doesn't want to FAE. And he should be able to find Dins in here. I mean, all of GTG is strength 2 locked logically because we got irons in Shadow Temple and Shadow Temple access was strength 2 locked. The other place it could be is bottom of the well actually. Like the non-ZL lock checks in well. Yeah, so as a reminder, like a recap for those who are coming in, our Shadow Temple is in the Spirit Temple entrance, and we don't have Zelda's Lullaby. Our Zelda's Lullaby is in ice. So we got a strength path to Morpha in Kikiri Forest, and essentially we figured out that strength 2 to get 5 keys in Spirit locks Shadow Temple to get items in Shadow Temple, including the Iron Boots and Letter. That's what we got there. We got a lot of items in Shadow Temple. We still have an item that we need to get in Shadow Temple too, but we can't until we get CL. So yeah, we had some strength to go through Spirit Temple shenanigans and logic today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's one more key left in Shadow. So one more item, one more key. It's 50-50 if you need that Dins.
Alright, there's Zelda's Lullaby for Zeph. Now that I think about it, it's actually not gonna be too hard to get back to Shadow Temple because we'll get Requiem off Composer Torches, like Composer Grave. If it was on OoT, different story though. On Ryu's side, he's done right side GTG, nothing yet, so
Yeah,
likely
and
something on the left.
He's peeked the maze, and he seems pretty confident that he doesn't need any more keys. So I'm assuming nothing in the maze.
Yeah.
So we're likely just going to see a big chest inside the Strength 2 room.
Zeph has already been into Shadow and gotten to the boat. Same with Ryu. They both went there. There were so many major items hinted in Shadow Temple that they both got there ASAP. I think Zeph going back into Shadow without Dins though won't happen yet. He'll definitely do Forest first because it's basic progression. Still nothing for Ryu in GTG. Well, we're gonna see the like room next. And oh yeah, Zeph doing some nice movement there. Oh wow, GTG is completely dead.
That's a little wild considering all of it is Strength 2 locked.
Yeah, so that leaves only one area that Dins can be if, assuming we're not, a couple Papegas and we understand that, or we believe that the strength in Ice is Strength 2 locked. The only place that Dins could be is Bottom of the Well. Wait, what was that? Oh, okay, it was Red Rupee. It looked like Dins for a second. But yeah, it seems like Bottom of the Well has our Dins. Because Strength 2 locked Letter and Shadow, which locked Bolero, which locks Bottom of the Well entrance. Meanwhile, Zeph going back into Forest Temple. Ryu has this progression on him, so needs to catch up. But the more stuff Ryu does and doesn't go anywhere with it, the more time it is for Zeph to get back in the game.
Yeah, at this point, that Bottom of the Well is definitely looking really nice. I mean, can it only be Bottom of the Well? We've done all the Strength 2 checks in Logic for... I mean, technically there's one check that you can do in Spirit.
Oh yeah.
The boss key chest.
No, that's ZL locked. But there is a way.
Yeah,
there is a way. There is still a way. Speaking of what you were talking about. So if Mirror is just somewhere out in the world that we don't know yet, and
I think it's a fire.
Well,
we just need Hammer.
Yeah. If Hammer's somewhere out in the world that we don't know yet, and Mirror's accessible, like if it's not ZL locked, if Hammer's just out there, we got our Mirror Shield, then it could be in the Mirror lock checks and Spirits. Including Rova, I think. Because we can beat... other than we would be able to beat... we would be able to beat, actually, Spirit without ZL. We're gonna get our first look at Lab Dive. Haven't seen this on Zeph's side, I believe.
And, I mean, the second scale was in Shadow.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So this could be our Dins, too. Hold. Nope.
Oh,
All right,
man.
so our Dins is likely in bottom of the well. And Ryu's age changing, so it's likely he's heading there. I think he really wants to stay in logic here. Because he could have just did FAE like Zeph did, and then, you know, went into well and full cleared it. But he's more concerned about staying in logic, it seems. So we're gonna see bottom of the well from Ryu. Likely Dins is in here, or something that locks it. It could be Hammer locks it, actually. We'll see.
Honestly, you could just find Hammer inside bottom of the well, and I don't know if that's what you just said. I kind of...
Sorta, yeah. It could, actually, no, we don't need, yeah, sorry. I was thinking maybe ZL would be required for Spirit somehow, but we got all the keys, so... Oh, there's a ZL lock big chest in well. Oh, that's Monka-S, I would say.
I mean, honestly, that's not going to do anything for you.
Right now, it won't. It could be our Hammer later on, though.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zeph gonna pick up Strength 3 in Forest and maybe be confused. I don't know if he's... I don't know how well he's keeping track of the logic. I think... It is difficult to backtrack on it if you're in this seed in particular, because of the Strength 2 locks Shadow Temple niche, right? But
Yeah.
he might have figured it out, that his other strength is out of logic, at least. Because he doesn't have Dins yet. Wait a minute.
Wow, is there really not going to be anything here in bottom of the well accessible?
Yeah, it doesn't... well, there's still a basement. So, we'll see. If it's not here, then... That's very interesting. Nothing in basement either.
Oh my god.
Wow, so then where is this Dins? You gotta ask.
HBA. Goma. 10 and 20 are not. 10, 20, and Bow Game are not. In
Yeah, Zeph did FAE. Zeph did FAE. No,
Tech
we got Tech check. Yeah, GTG and Bomb the Well dead. Unfortunately, the wonderful Disney attractions that are GTG and Well, you know, a bit overcrowded. Oh, Ryu's doing Stinger's Chest and Jabu. Yeah, this is a feels bad, but we'll see if it has anything. It's a very slow check, so if it pays out, then it'll be some time before Zeph gets to it. Yeah, so the reason Ryu likely wants to stay in logic here, we know there's a key. We know there's a key still left in Shadow that is the lock. We don't know if it's in the Dins room. It's like a 2 in 3 chance that we need Dins to beat Shadow. So
and there is one more check as well, like one more item.
Yeah, so between those two things, the item potentially being required and the key, likely just wants to stay in logic and get the Dins first. Yeah, the manager can't have Dins because ZL is Dins locked.
Yeah.
Yes, Lou, the 4 items we got from CAC were the item in Open Grow, which was Zora Tunic, a claim check in Anju's cow, the from the Anju cow, and I believe it was it a slingshot? There was a
Slingshot
song and there was
30.
another thing. Slingshot on 30, yeah. So those are our 4 items. Oh, also Ryu drowned Rudo. So that's an unfortunate time loss.
Yeah.
Now, I guess all the Jamu B1 enjoyers are justified, unfortunately.
How many are there out there? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I know of at least one, but they're not active, so...
Okay, so how many active players are there out there? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know of anybody. I don't know of anybody who's been vocal about it that's active, to put it that way. But yeah, you could say Ryu got a. I know Ryu actually hates it, so. Diesler in chat saying it decided a Challenge Cup race yesterday. I'm not sure which one. There were a couple yesterday, so that's interesting if that's the case. We'll see if it decides this one.
I want to see it.
And meanwhile, Zeph is actually going into Spirit Temple. Can do everything in here except the mirror lock checks. Granted, a lot of the stuff in here was in logic early. So, yeah. Oh, nothing serious happened. Just Ryu drone Rudo. Yeah, look at Ryu on the cam. His reaction. He's not happy. He's not happy with the seed.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Ryu right now, where do you go? Like, there's you decided to warp out before you did HBA, and honestly, HBA and beating Goma would be next up on my list. Those are 3 checks. I can't really think of 3 checks to string together at the moment other than those.
Looks like Tektite's potentially next.
Tektite and Big Pose.
Yeah, out of logic. Is Big Pose in logic? It is. So
Yeah.
That's actually something Zeph didn't do. If there's Dins on Big Pose, oh boy, that's gonna take a long time for him to get. I would say probably already, based on the checks we haven't seen yet, where Dins could even be, it is still gonna take a while for Zeph to get to those. So Zeph is definitely hoping Dins is not art required here. And yes, reset. Zeph did not beat Goma either. Neither player brought the spider.
Yeah, Zeph was unable to beat Goma. Didn't have a bow and didn't have Dins, so wasn't able to beat it. Whereas Ryu made the decision not to beat Goma.
And also, adult domain is not in logic with hovers now. Despite the trick being pretty, I would say, on the easier side to execute, it is out of logic. And yes, fire arrow entry into the Shadow Temple entrance is out of logic as well. Is a trick that we legalized recently. Oh, hammer on Big Pose.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, do you remember what we were talking about earlier with this Dins being in Spirit Mirror Locked? It's looking a lot like it now. Well, I mean, with your Ryu, you probably still don't feel good. You probably still don't feel good. Even though it is a bad check, like, Big Pose is a very slow check, it's very out of the way, isolated. I mean, he did GTG in well, so he definitely doesn't feel good about it. But
yeah, this kind of fits the bill, though. You're more than likely going to get Mirror Shield, and honestly, if you're hunting the Strength 2 checks, yeah, going back into Spirit definitely makes sense.
I mean, he's gonna get the Mirror Shield most likely from here. Fire Temple is hinted past the Twin Roba, so that's why he'll get the Mirror Shield from here. It'll be in here. It's not a question of whether Ryu will... There's no question whether Ryu will do this stuff or not. But... yeah, when does Zeph go back for that? That's the question. So we're getting our first look at the hammer loop. Well, actually, Zeph did peek this. We'll see how far in fire we have to go, but our Mirror Shield is almost certainly in here, or something that leads to it. It could be a Rang for the Mirror Shield, actually. That would be the funniest. In fact, it actually could be... It could be Mirror Shield on AD. Worst case scenario. It could be on Skull Kids. There's nothing stopping it.
Alright, does look like there's nothing up there, so...
Yeah, Dins couldn't be there. Zeph now gonna prelude. We'll see where he goes next. Oh, this is a big post play for Zeph! This is a big post play for Zeph. He's ripping it on big post.
Oh my god, this is actually really good.
Yeah, this is huge for Zeph. I don't know if he's like... I don't know how much he's been like paying attention to logic, but this is gonna actually put him in a very good position against Ryu. So this is what he needs to catch up right now, for sure.
Yeah, Ryu's been able to do bottom of the well and GTG to no avail. We know there's a bottom of the well big chest that's ZL locked, but other than that, like, Ryu's came up with nothing for the past, like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and it hasn't felt great. So Zeph being able to go straight to the item is gonna feel really nice. You're gonna just go straight into more progression.
Yeah, so whatever lead... I mean, Ryu definitely had a lead, right? He got the bow earlier, he had a much cleaner route. Zeph probably feels behind, like I said, just because of the bow and the hover boost. Mainly the bow, really. But this is going to be a feels good man. He's going to be able to avoid GTG and well over Ryu. But Ryu still has a bit of a progression lead, regardless. So... there's a big chest in the shortcuts. Most likely our Mirror Shield. Zeph gonna follow Ryu into fire now. We're gonna hold hands in Fire Temple.
Yeah, just a few minutes apart here.
But yeah, if I had to guess why Zeph went for big pose over density, GPG, and bottom of the well, I mean, I guess it would just be the bow being so late. Like, he probably feels like he needs to do a big play to make up time. And this is it. Like, if there was any play to make up time, this is the one, so... he's not far off Ryu now. Ah, yes, that is a good point, actually. Ryu still needs to clear ice. So, this is actually really close.
So you can't do water for Lax because you need Mirror Shield to beat Spirit to get Lax.
We're seeing the setup for Ryu to ground jump up. There we go. Gets a second try. Alright. There's a big chest and shortcuts. Is this Mirror Shield, or is this something else? It could be Rang. It could be Rang, actually. It could even be Dins for ZL. It is Dins for ZL. Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, this Dins path in Fire Temple, or this Dins in Fire Temple, it could be essentially Dins to get ZL, and our mirror is ZL locked. ZL does not lock Spirit Temple in terms of keys, because we had 5 keys without Zelda's Lullaby, and the boss keys, so it's not for keys, it's going to
mirror could be in bottom of the well, ZL lock, that big chest that we saw.
Yeah, it could be the big chest that we saw from Ryu. It could be the last major in Shadow. That is a very good point that Slee brings up in chat. It could also just be deeper in here. But likely, if we get nothing in here, I imagine Ryu will go back for Shadow first, and then the big chest in Bottom of the Well afterwards. Since they're guaranteed big items. We're gonna see Pierre from Ryu. And it is a key. Ryu's gonna bail, actually. He's trusting in ZL. The Dins for ZL path. And now he's gonna go into Ice the logical way. No FAE here today on Ryu's side. Of course, Fire is a stone, so we don't have to beat the dungeon in order to get to Ganon, unless the song, Saria's song, which unlocks only one check, somehow locks an item we need for the medallions. A very nice setup here from Zeph to get over that block with a bomb push strat.
Nice and clean as well. Honestly, if I'm Zeph in this position, I get that Dins, I'm probably... I don't know, I'm probably thinking, okay, that's my logical ZL, and now I should probably either go do Bottom of the Well or GTG. And honestly, more than likely Bottom of the Well. Or just go finish Shadow.
Yeah, I would say go finish Shadow, and then you... I mean, if he's following the path and he realizes the logic, it is difficult to say how well, because it is... He went out of logic, and, you know, the logic is pretty weird this seed. But if he is following it well, then he'll most likely push ZL locked stuff, looking for that mirror, I imagine. Oh yeah, you know what else was ZL locked? Or Dins locked? The Strength 3 in Ice. So it could be on OGC Fairy.
Yeah, it could. The trials are dead. Ganon's Castle is not going to come into play here at all.
Yeah, with the 5 bridge paths, basically telling you everything for the bridge and GVK is locked behind the bridge, so we'll never get to see any items in Ganon's, I imagine. Also of note, Ryu still has to pick up Requiem if he wants to just beeline Shadow first. Which I imagine is what Zeph is going to do. Zeph already has Requiem. We'll see what Zeph chooses to do after getting the Stins. I imagine he might fail as well, like Ryu did.
Yeah, it would make sense. Fire's pretty... You got the shortcut open. Fire's pretty easily accessible.
Okay, yeah, there we go. It seemed like he hesitated for a bit. He was maybe going to just keep going, hope the mirror's in there, but I think he realized, yeah, that locks my ZL. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
so
it's clear progression.
Yep. So we're gonna see Zeph finish Shadow first. We'll see what the big chest is at the end of Shadow, on the other side of the boat ride, and if it's our mirror, then we're in go on Zeph's side. It'd be a pretty significant comeback here from Zeph, if that's the case, at least in terms of a progression lead.
Yeah, in this case, if you're Ryu, you're hoping that bottom of the well has your logic, has your mirror shield. He's got that knowledge of the big chest in there. It is ZL locked. But if it's just here on the way, then Zeph's gonna hit go mode first.
Yep. The other funny idea here is that it could be in spirit, the mirror shield. It could be the ZL checks in spirit.
That's so rude.
The hands, yep. We think so, Mel. I mean, the thing for Zeph is likely if he's paying attention to logic. That's the if. If he's been paying attention to logic really well, then yeah.
Zeph did the ZL lock checks in spirit.
Oh yeah, Zeph did them. Okay, so our mirror's not in spirit. We can confirm that.
I remembered because I totally forgot that the top chest there was ZL locked just before the last mirror shield check.
Yeah, that's right. So he did the hands too. All right, Ryu playing Nocturne here, likely gonna get Requiem and follow Zeph back into Shadow. And yes, Juke, that's correct.
But all of this is ZL locked beyond this point too, which is Din's locked.
Yeah, so Din's locked ZL, so it's just Din's locked, really. We did see Royal Tomb Torches from Zeph, so you know that's
it is hinted though.
Yeah, it was hinted. I think Zeph didn't get the hint or something like that. All right, what is this? This is Din's locked in Shadow. Is it? It's Boomerang! Oh, no!
No! Oh, that's not what you want to see. Nobody's gonna be happy seeing that.
No. I want to see Ryu's reaction on camera when he gets that. I think maybe he'll be silly. But yeah, that's actually kind of good for Ryu because it makes our mirror shield more ambiguous. He needs the mirror shield to be more ambiguous here. That's the main thing. And yeah, if it is in Jabu, that is good for Ryu since Ryu's already done B1. Like he's taken Rudo off of B1, carried her up. So yep, Ryu now back in Shadow, gonna take the shortcut that he opened up and get to the boat. There are no more major items in Shadow. We got a hinted Shadow 5 important count, and we fulfilled all of them, so nothing on Bongo. It'll be interesting to see where Zeph goes next.
And as for how equal this race is, very. It's at this point, it really depends on who gets that mirror shield first.
Yep, it's gonna be a matter of who goes to the right Din's lock check first.
If you're curious what Din's is locking, it's pretty much everything beyond this point. except for GTG.
Yeah, Zeph could, in theory, go back to GTG, and I guess there's also some of the well checks, but there's the lock checks in well too. So,
yeah, we've got Jabu, the last 3 checks in Jabu. That's Din's locked. There's a bottom of the well big item that we know of that Ryu saw. So if anything, he probably checks that before going into Jabu, because that's a guaranteed big chest. You've got OGC Fairy. That's Din's locked.
All the great fairies.
Yeah, honestly, all the great fairies.
A few other ones that are interesting that we should throw out there. King Zora, actually, because we don't have BFAs yet, and Dins gave us access to ice. Ryu does have a blue fireball, as we saw there on his equip swap. I don't know if Zeph did get one, but also there's Zora's Fountain. All of Zora's Fountain is open.
Yeah, this looks like a water play. Maybe go knock water out real quick. Do the Zora's Fountain, because that says, well, honestly, everything behind entering domain is ZL locked for him, so you could do those 3 checks and while he's on his way to water.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna first try and send it on Zora's Fountain, just basically because everything there, like you said, ZL locked. If it's on the way there, then he's just done. You know, doesn't need to do any great fairies, anything like that.
Ryu did not look happy seeing that boomerang there.
Yeah, he was not happy. Little does he know, it's actually kind of good for him. Okay, Zeph does have a bottle of blue fire, so we're gonna get our look at KZ. KZ can have our mirror. It can have our mirror. Also because it's ZL locked too, but... difficult to say Ryu does the same thing as Zeph, because I think Ryu's more inclined to do it, just because... Alright, KZ's dead, so that's one check down. I think Ryu's a little bit more inclined to do it, because one, he already is kind of feeling bad, like we've seen from his face cam reactions.
Yeah, and Ryu does have a blue fire, by the way.
Yes, but also, with Ryu having the knowledge of the big chest and bottom of the well, he'll be more aggressive in pushing that, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Honestly, I feel like he does what Zeph is doing here now, because, you know, all that is ZL locked. So it does make sense. And then you go child and go bottom of the well first, go get the big chest, and then you commit to Jabu if that's not mirror. Not the shield we're looking for.
Yeah, wrong shield. There are, of course, the fairy fountains, like the various ones around the world. HC Fairy, DMT, DMC, OGC. So, any of those could have them.
Oh, you said
the other. Yeah, the only other thing is that would be messed up. Is if Mirror's just in deep fire, man. It could be. It could be.
Yeah, there's a small chance. Let's hope that doesn't come up. Because honestly,
the absolute meanest place it could be though is Skull Kids, because that's behind AD, and it could be there. Like, there's nothing stopping it. All right, Ryu's actually gonna play a little bit more safe here than Zeph is. He's gonna go for Colossus Fairy. This is valid for Mirror, so we'll see if Zeph gets potentially punished a bit here. Zeph taking the bit more unorthodox route in Water Temple, I would say, among top 32 players. but it's a key, so there's that. Yeah, compass first. I will say I will be the first to say I'm not a fan of compass first. You're gambling for BK. I guess it makes a little bit more sense with Foolish Water, but I'm just not a fan of it in general.
I'm not either. I'm more willing to do those 3 checks first and having to reset the water.
Alright, Ryu now gonna head into Zora's Fountain. Gonna opt to skip the DMC ferry for now, which Zeph did as well. I guess gonna save those 2 ferries to try and maybe chain them together, you know, so it feels a little bit less bad coming back for one or the other. More specifically, the DMT ferry.
Listen, these spikes are hard. I don't know what to tell you. They're hard. They're easy with Master Sword, surprisingly.
But yeah, pointed out just because Zeph did water in this order, he'll lose a little bit of time in Water Temple. I don't believe Ryu's a Compass first player. I believe he's map first, if I remember correctly. So it is although a very small time loss. It might make the difference. We'll see. Zeph still has a little bit of a lead in terms of
Progression.
Progression, yeah. As long as he can avoid GTG, he's good, and he should if he's been keeping track of the logic. We say if, you know, like I said, very hard, especially the seed, but if he's been keeping track of it, he should still have the lead. Alright, we're gonna see the boss key chest in Water Temple next, on Zeph's side, which I do like. I do like doing it after... Oh, never mind.
Jeep this out.
Yep. Yeah, I do like the route of get your 2 keys from the first 3 checks and go to the boss key chest, actually.
Yeah, I don't mind it. No, GTG is not Dins locked.
Yeah, nothing in GTG is Dins locked. Irons and Scale were both in Shadow, which is Strength 2 locked, but we're more concerned Din's lock checks because of the Fire to Twin Robot path, which was Din's, so as far as we know. It could be the mirrors in there, but both players bailed. Alright, Zeph gonna do the boss key chest next. Or vanilla boss key chest. We don't know if it has the boss key. Oh.
He's trying to do the thing where you hang on to it, but he climbed up on accident.
Yeah, it happens.
No, both players are not on VC. Zep is on VC, and Ryu is a BizHawk enjoyer.
Also, the boss key chest in Water Temple, vanilla boss key chest, or rolling boulders as you want to call it, was dead. So that leaves us Central Pillar and Darklink Loop, including Dragon Chest. Wouldn't it be just classic if we're doing Foolish Water Temple and we have to do all of it? Oh, Zeph choosing this route. Interesting. Yes, that is true. Ryu does use a PlayStation controller as well.
So, whenever people bring up those Whenever people bring up those differences of like, oh, using notches or no notches, GameCube controller, Xbox, PS4, Ryu just defied all those odds, winning season 6, doing, I mean, probably one of the most cursed combinations.
Yeah, one of the more cursed ones. There are more cursed ones, I would say. But like you know, playing EverDrive, for example. But
Yeah, we don't talk
that's
about
among
that.
yeah, that's among the more cursed ones for sure.
Those people are still lagging in DC.
Also, welcome in VT Slacker and Raiders. This is RyuuKane versus Zephyr, which is a group stage of the Ocarina of Time main tournament, Season 9. Winner's match. So the winner of this will advance to the playoffs, or we'll call it the playoffs just to simplify it. And yeah, it's a very even race. We're currently looking for a mirror shield for go mode for both runners. We know it has to be either Deep Fire or Din's locked, as we got Din's in fire. So Din's is locking a lot of stuff. It's locking Zelda's Lullaby. And that's pretty much all we have left. It's just Zelda's Lullaby lock checks. Of course, water is barren. We're just doing it because it's progression, and there's some Zelda's Lullaby lock checks on the way. Zeph now on Dark Link loop. So yeah, Foolish Water, and we have to do pretty much all of it. Classic. And it's behind Dark Link. So you don't have to do River Chests and Dragon Chests, yeah. At least.
I guess the question here is what Zeph does after this, because you can't beat Spirit. He needs that mirror shield, and he's got a ton of ZL checks to go and do.
Yeah, they're all scattered around the world. And you know, he could go well. He could go well and potentially get that big chest there, which he doesn't know about. But it is an age change. So do you want to age change for it? That is an interesting question.
Yeah, but it's also bottom of the well. So that's that's just the ultimate question. Because you also got that boomerang. You might be enticed to be like, okay, bottom of the well, if it's not there, you know, boomerang's guaranteed, you know, Din's locked. I think first though.
I think it's likely Ryu goes directly to well after this because he has the information about the big chest, and it's a big chest. Like, you go for the guaranteed items if you can, as long as you're, you know, once you're in this position, rather than doing scattered checks where you don't know if it's gonna be a big chest. All right, Zeph is gonna go to Crater Loop, so he's gonna do the Crater and DMT Fairies first, which I think makes sense. I mean, you know, do this before you age change. It could be either way, really. Like, it could, neither option I think is incorrect.
Yeah, you've had a lot of time to think about what you're going to be doing after water while in water, so.
FA check was not hinted, but we did see it on, I think it was Ryu's side. We did see it was hinted, we did see it was dead. So, DMC Fairy, whatever we got. Another bow!
Oh, man. That bow is bow locked.
Yeah, so Zeph will at least be, I don't know, feel a little bit better, maybe. At least with that. He won't feel good if he finds the SFM bow, but I don't think he's ever touching it.
Yeah, I think at this point you've just completely forgotten about it, and it's okay to forget about it now.
Alright, next up we got Trail Fairy. What could this be? It is a piece of heart. Alright, Zeph, where are we going next? Colossus Fairy. No. Playing Serenade. Wait. Are we going to GTG, Zeph? He's doing Shoot the Sun, which is nothing. If he's going to GTG, that's his lead race.
Yeah, I guess maybe checking Lab Dive. Which not Din's locked.
This is gonna give Ryu a little bit of time to catch up if he can skip these Great Fairy checks, at least.
Yes, he does have the path hint that Din's leads to Twin Robo.
Makes you wonder maybe if Zeph, you know, lost track of the logic, because he went out of logic for stuff. And
That is true.
yeah, oh, this is a GTG play. Yeah, this is gonna give Ryu big time to catch up.
Yeah, this is definitely good for Ryu.
No, so to answer that question, BK in Spirit and all 5 keys were not ZL locked. Nothing in Spirit was ZL locked. So it's not ZL for Spirit key logic, it's Din's for Mirror or Mirrors in Deeper Fire. We needed actually 5 keys.
Oh, one of the keys was Din's locked.
We had fire arrows.
Oh, that is true. We do have fires.
Fire arrows were very early. I don't
Honestly,
quite remember, actually.
Couldn't tell you.
They were very early, though. I think it was Lost Woods, I want to say. There was a lot of stuff in Lost Woods, actually, today. There was like 4 items, so I think it was one of them. Or no, it was Domain. It was Domain, that's right. Domain had fire arrows, and we could get there with a scale from Woods, so...
Yeah.
Ryu gonna go into Bottom of the Well now, as my screen is buffering.
This is the big drum roll. We've been speculating about this for a while now. This very much could just be our mirror and go for Ryu.
Yeah, I think maybe going out of logic might have hurt Zeph here, actually. Actually, now that I think about it... Yeah, maybe, alright. It's a second wallet and, well... Oh, boy, alright, well...
He does have Dead Hand to do.
He does have Dead Hand to do, that is right.
We know that one of those Dead Hand checks are going to be a small key.
Yep, so we got 1 check in here. Yeah, that's accurate. I think we got... Yeah, so in terms of bait left, we got Lens. We got 1 more Sling. That's it. If I were Ryu, I would actually open that in case it's a brown chest. Just because then you would know, yeah, key on Dead Hand, I don't need to do this fight. But it's okay. We'll see what's on the Dead Hand fight. Nothing on dead hand. And Ryu scummed this away.
I don't think he's believing in Jabu.
OGC Fairy. Which is Din's locked, of course. All great fairies are. But also the strength Ryu was. Yeah, Ryu doing the fairies here is gonna give Zeph a little bit of an out. Unless this is the mirror, then I would think it'd be Ryu's race to lose, but... Yeah, because Zeph did do Crater and DMT Fairy, at least. I think the thing for Zeph, though, is he hasn't touched Bomb the Well, and there's a lot of ZL Lock stuff in there, so... He'll probably be going there after GTG. Yes, that's right. Furor's Wind we haven't seen either.
Yeah, that's true. What do we got? Nothing. Oh, man, this doesn't feel great. He's going to be doing some more fairy checks that Zeph has already done. I mean, other than this, you have, what, Hyrule Castle Fairy and Jabu.
Deep Fire.
Deep Fire.
There's also AD. Do we want Mirror on Skull Kid Max Payne, everyone? Because AD is Saria's song. Daruni is dead. So the only Saria's lock check is Skull Kid in Woods. So the maximum amount of pain would be Mirror Shields there, which it could be.
Yeah, I guess AD is just available at this point, and that's just not a world I want to live in.
Looks like Zeph's doing Toilet, which is interesting.
I don't think it could be Mirror. It's not Din's locked at all.
Yeah, none of this is Din's locked. Ryu playing Nocturne now. Interesting decision. I guess going back to Spirit for the ZL lock checks. Because he hasn't done the ZL lock checks in Spirit. Zeph has. I would still... I don't know, like... I guess there's no metagame... Oh, there's a big chest in the toilet. This can't be our mirror, though, if we're reading it correctly. This is just bait.
No.
But what bait is it? What bait is it? Is this Lens?
FW?
Oh, second magic. Alright, Zeph age changing now. This is most likely going to be Bomb the Well. Maybe HC Fairy first. If it's HC Fairy first, that's an out for him, for sure. But I can't see a world where he does... Jabu before Well, unless he feels really behind and wants to metagame. But yeah, that's unlikely.
No
Yep,
HC
there's
Fairy.
Well. Alright, never mind. We're going Well.
Alright, this gives Ryu more time to be checking things. We know there's nothing that he's going to find in Spirit, but he'll at least be able to have that peace of mind. And then after that, Ryu has Hyrule Castle Fairy and Jabu. Deep Fire. That's pretty much it.
You know, I will say the early case would make me a little bit suspicious, but yeah, this does mean Ryu has with Zeph going into Well, Ryu has, I guess, the lead on the mirror lock checks. but it's still anybody's game. Like if Zeph just goes, if Zeph just finds the mirror first, then obviously he will take a huge lead, right? So still anybody's game. Ryu does have less of the world. Like his world is smaller though.
Zeph getting a little excited over the chest, but we know it's not going to be anything.
Alright, Ryu's gonna age change again.
Yep, this makes sense.
Will we see HC Fairy first, or something else? Like
I
Jabu?
imagine we will. Yeah.
Oh,
Never mind.
this is Jabu. Alright, we're going to my favorite place, Stone Jabu!
I mean, you called it from the beginning. We're at least going to see it, if anything.
Yep. Now, Zeph's out, I guess, is definitely HC Fairy. He doesn't know that yet, but that's probably where he's gonna be hoping for, if anything. Or go to Deep Fire.
Yeah, that would be a crazy decision to make, going Fire before Jabu. Because it's like, Fire has 2, maybe 3 checks left. I don't remember the exact key layout. I think it's 2 checks left. Whereas Jabu, it's surprisingly your most dense location after you beat Bottom of the Well.
HC Fairy as a one-off wouldn't be a bad idea, just because Jabu's a time sink, and, you might want to go there before going to Jabu if you, just feel like, I don't want to commit all the time to Jabu, and it's just HC Fairy and then I lose because of that, right? Like, that might be something to think about. But Fire is, I think... Fire is a long time commitment, too, and you have to age change. So...
Okay. So yeah, that Jabu's more dense than Fire is at the moment, and that's just wild.
I think it's especially more dense for Ryu, considering he did Stingers already.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be enticed to do it as well. And honestly, 2 of these Jabu checks are relatively quick.
Yeah, the first 2 are pretty quick, actually, for Ryu. So we'll see what the first one is. First one is nothing. Zeph now finishing up Bomb of the Well. Okay, Zeph is playing Minuet. It looks like he's gonna follow Ryu into Jabu.
Uh-oh.
Now, yeah, that's not good for Zeph, because he's significantly behind Ryu in Jabu. As Ryu's like already on the Bubbles room, just finished it up, was nothing. So Ryu's gonna go all the way to Baronade here. But yeah, he has a progression lead over Zeph in terms of this. So if you're a Ryu fan, you definitely want this now.
Yeah.
If you're a Zeph fan, definitely not. And with this, it's looking like there's less and less outs for Zeph now. Like... Yeah, I guess that's one. It could be... Zeph could do something funny like... rush bosses, and then... I mean, obviously he'll do the Jabu checks, but... Skip something in Fire, and go straight for the bosses and beeline AD. Or, of course, HC Fairy and, you know, Ryu skips it, and Zeph does it. Zeph, let's say Ryu goes Deep Fire instead. Alright, so Ryu already pretty much on the big Octo fight. Whereas Zeph's just getting started in here. Just picked up Ryu from B1. Mirror cannot be on Dancing Dead, by the way. Dancing Dead was hinted dead. The only place that Mirror could be behind AD is Skull Kid in Woods.
You know what is ZL lock though?
What is?
Goron Pot?
Oh yeah! It's ZL or Din's locked! Oh man, that would be... Okay, so that's I guess another funny place it could be.
Oh
That would
man.
be hilarious.
That's Din's, like, oh,
It's
wow.
Din's locked. Yeah, that's incredible. And considering neither of them did it on their way here, I would be willing to bet they forgot about it.
We forgot about it. I mean, that's so
We forgot
wild.
about it too. Yeah. When do you...
Both of them-
Let's be honest. When do you, like, get to the 2-hour 30 mark and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I could do Goron Pot. Yeah, that's ZL locked. You know, I got my ZL late, yeah.
This is likely the only chance that that's going to happen, where it's like... I mean, both of them did Hot Rodder, and that was obviously nothing. We got the Dancing Dad hint. It's just, you know, it's so easy to forget in this kind of instance.
My pal KC Necro would love that. Goron Pot. The French viewers know. French viewers know. But, yeah, Ryu's about to start on Baronade. And, you know, this is nothing, like, with every check that we don't get Mirror on, that's ZL locked, it increases the odds of AD being our Mirror Shield. So... Alright, Baronade down for Ryu. Yes, I think that's correct, Chimp. 4 checks left before AD. 5 including this one, which we're about to see, and it is... nothing!
Man.
Bro, Ryu must be feeling so bad right now. Zeph's gonna feel really bad too.
Oh,
Where's
is this
Ryu
Goron
going?
Pot?
Is this the Goron Pot play?
Yes, please.
Alright, it's good that Ryu remembered it, I would say. Because it's not easy to remember. Especially not at this point. It is pretty slow to go there, though. I don't blame Ryu for even doing Shapu before this, to be honest.
Yeah.
If that was his original plan. Especially with Rudo on F1. Yeah, a lot of shield flicks there. That's Ryu's not happy. You can tell he's not happy. So Pot is Din's locked because Din's locks ZL and also access to the torches. So it's Din's locked. It's not even hard ZL locked, it's just Din's locked, which fulfills the path. As Din's locks the other access to it. Equipping slingshots. Yeah, it cannot be IGC because Mirror locks IGC. Not Goron
And-
Pod either. Oh
Okay,
man.
this has to be Hyrule Castle Fairy into Fire into 80. Like, oh no!
Ryu's skipping HC Fairy. Okay, if this is HC Fairy and Zev does it, that's his out. Despite being behind on the amount of checks done. So this is a deep fire play for Ryu. Maybe Ryu just feels behind with the Jabu play and, you know, is gonna accept, yeah, if Zeph did it first, I guess I lose. But, I mean, little does he know, man. I don't know if Ryu's like the type of player who metagames a lot in 1v1s, actually. Maybe somebody in chat who's a bit more familiar. You think he does? Yeah.
No. I don't think he does. He's a player that doesn't necessarily need to, per se. And he's not going to look at his opponent and think, okay, I need to do this because this person's going to do this, or they're probably going to make this decision. He's going to make the best decision he thinks is the best at that time.
Gotcha. Well, I guess that's a question we can ask for him later in the interview. Why he chose not to do HC Fairy, but yeah, Zeph is going to finish Baronade here. Of course, the shortcut is open in Fire Temple, so we will see. Of course, and also, and the other thing to mention, Ryu didn't do some of the lower maze checks. Like, he didn't do the low, like not the lower maze Goron, but the check after that, I believe. If I'm remembering correctly, Zeph did. So there is that to point out. And one more hit on Baronade for Zeph. Oh, never mind, 2 more hits. There we go. So now that's Baronade down for Zeph. Big question, $1 million question. What does he do next? Key on highest score on, so that is not one of our 2 checks in Fire.
We still need boss key.
That is true, yep. There's the boss key.
Oh man. This is a tough decision.
Okay, Ryu's gonna keep going. Ryu's gonna keep going, ladies and gentlemen. Zeph, in the meantime, looks like he's doing Goron Pod as well, so that will be some more time Ryu has if, you know, it is HC Fairy to catch up. But after this, it's gonna be, what does Zeph do? You know, if he does HC Fairy and he gets Mirror Shield, that could be the decider. I think it's a little bit more. I don't think it's as insane to skip HC Fairy because he did Jabu and got nothing. So it might be last location. Oh, Zeph hasn't done Hot Rodder either.
I thought I remembered him being in here as a child, but maybe he was just passing through.
Yeah, most likely. I think Zeph thinks that Mirror can be anywhere, but he doesn't even have much left anyways.
Yeah, pretty much everything that you've got left is just Din's locked anyway.
Alright, moment of truth. Is it at the top of Fire? It is not at the top of
No.
fire.
And you, oh man, but you still gotta beat Volve because the chance of AD here.
Yep, Volve is a check that is going to be an item, as well as Skull Kid on AD.
But this is big for Zeph. Does he turn around as soon as he gets into Temple of Time, or does he just go back and don't? Oh, he turns.
He's going for HC Fairy. Okay, this is the moment of truth. If this is HC Fairy, this is massive for Zeph.
This decides the match right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Din's Fairy could have lens and it could be on TCG. That is true. That is a possibility. We don't have a lens yet. That opens up one more check. But other than that, we don't have any other items that open up checks. Alright, Ryu starting on Volve. Moment of truth for HC Fairy, ladies and gentlemen. Is the Mirror Shield here? Mirror Shield!
Oh my goodness.
Zeph is in go! Zeph is in go, ladies and gentlemen, and... Man, that really might decide the race. Now, granted, Ryu doesn't have much left. He has maybe 2 checks in the game left where it could be, but...
I mean,
man,
he just goes and beats Goma and knocks it. Yeah.
No, that's it. That's it, I think.
In this instance, you have to go beat Goma, then go Child, get your 80 song, and check HC Fairy maybe before getting the 80 song.
Yeah, I would agree that Zeph is not feeling good about that Mirror Shield location. That's for sure. I mean, probably neither of them are, but or would be, but yeah, this is gonna be Zeph's race to lose pretty much. Will sub 3, I think. I mean,
yeah, you should be able to at this point.
We have the boss key and all the keys we need. We don't need anything more to do. But wow, that is something incredible. Big comeback from Zeph. Had issues with the bow earlier, and the hovers, I guess, too. Mainly the bow. I think bow is what held him up the most.
Yeah,
Mirror was not available. Mirror was not available that early, at all. So, first we needed, well, even if you FAE, let's say you FAE, right? You need a bow, magic, and fire arrows for that, and it's out of logic. Neither player got ZL before 1 hour 30. We figured out that Mirror was ZL locked by the time we got around to doing big pose for Hammer, which was also late, even later than the ZL for both runners. So, ZL was in ice. ZL was in ice entrance, or well, it was in Ice Cavern behind Shadow Temple entrance. So that's a lot of item requirements. So yeah, we only figured out that Mirror was potentially ZL locked once we got to Fire. We not only got our ZL late, which was Din's lock, but we got our Hammer very late because it was on Big Pose, unhinted, and that's just gross. when both runners got it, I mean, Zeph had quite a few checks left because he got the bow late, but Ryu had like maybe 5 checks left in logic, max. So... yeah, big post strikes again.
It is important to note that this is a 1-0 match, so Zep in the lead here, predicted here to win, will go 2-0 and shoot themselves into the best of 3 brackets with our top 16. But Ryu is not out. This will potentially put him in the 1-1. So he does have another match that he's gotta beat to make that bracket phase.
Don't mind the projected to win thing. That's just start GG for the bracket. The website hosting the bracket saying, yeah, this person's the higher seed, so they're gonna win. It's not reflective of anything.
I think they're just mentioning because I said projected to win.
Okay.
Things can happen, but we're just saying that more than likely Zeph will win this one.
So let's take a look at where Ryu would end up. So if we're assuming Ryu's gonna lose this, then he will play the winner of Weighty Words and Exodus, which that match is actually it's not today, I believe it's tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. That might get a restream, not confirmed yet. But yeah, that match after Weighty Words and Exodus, the winner of that will play RyuuKane, and the winner of that will get to the best of 3 brackets. So, Ryu not out yet, of course. This match not ending a season. But Zeph gonna move on to the best of 3 brackets. So, at least he won't have to worry about any losers bracket lower bracket shenanigans. On Start GG, it's losers, named losers, but I don't know about you, I don't like calling losers brackets because it's like, oh yeah, this person's the loser. Ooh. I prefer lower bracket for politeness.
Yeah, I usually say lower bracket too. So Ryu is going to unfortunately hard last locate his go mode with the mirror shield. Not going to be very happy once he checks Skull Kid here.
Yeah, he will be in go before Zeph finishes, I believe. Alright, where are we going, Ryu? Oh, I guess he forgot about the Darunia being dead. Or... maybe just never got the hint.
Yeah, that's what it looks like it could be here.
Zeph dropping 3 bombs. Zeph is probably thinking in his head, how is he not finished yet? How is Ryu not finished yet? Like, what's going on? That's what that is. That's for sure. Yeah, knowing Zeph, he's definitely like swearing like a sailor. Or well, I guess like a pilot. Are pilots particularly known for swearing? I don't know, but I guess today he is.
Sailors are the pilots of the sea.
I mean, of the air. But yeah.
No, sailors are.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sure, okay, yeah. Dude, I don't know about you. I just got out of bed and then played this match. So
Yeah,
my brain's not all
yeah.
there yet. Not play this, but calm this match. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. Alright, I want to see what Ryu's reaction is. If he's just gonna, like, have zero reaction.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's guaranteed. So he shouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, he's very pissed. He knows it. His reaction was, gosh darn it, man. But yeah, it looks like the Zeph finish is inevitable here. Just doing some equip swapping and starting Dorf. No, Ryu doesn't have his mic on, but he does have his camera on, so we can see his facial expressions. Not that kind of equipment swapping, Mario. The inventory swapping, like changing items. You guys, surely you guys know what I mean.
Well, while we fight Ganon here, we might as well take the time to thank our volunteers here today. Thank you, Baseball and Lady Draco, for tracking for us today. I mean, literally, without you, I don't know what I would do. I'm confused already, so you just help the confusion just a little bit less. Also, thank you, Baseball, for restreaming today. Doing the double duty with restreaming and tracking. Thank you to our runners, RyuuKane and Zeph. Unfortunate for RyuuKane, going to be going down to the 1-1s, but still has a way out of this. And Zeph moving on up to the 2-0s. And thank you, Ink, for joining with me in the comms booth today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Oak. I'll give the... Oh, there we go, Baseball doing the shoutouts. Yeah, it was a hell of a match, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean...
So many ups and downs, especially in the last hour.
Oh man, even in the first hour, like, there were ups and downs, man. Like, this seed's been a roller coaster. I mean, one could even say, if S9 is Disneyland, this seed was Space Mountain. Alright, well, that's Ganon down for Zeph. Get your GGs in chat for Zeph. He'll be advancing to the best of 3 playoffs, the top 16. And there it is.
GG's.
GG's, Zeph. Ryu gonna forfeit here, looks like. And Zeph finishing with a 2:56:44, 2 hours 56:44 minutes. So 2 hours 56 minutes 44 seconds. Excuse me.
Yo,
and
GG's
yep.
runners.
Yeah, welcome in, runners.
Yo, GG's.
Man,
I'll
I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it because I know Ryu will like this. From our point of view, if we called this S9 Disneyland, this race was Space Mountain. It was an absolute roller coaster.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it was a high one for me in the early game. Felt like I was pretty good and up until the Shadow Boats. I was like, okay, I got everything I need. Now it's all about getting my Dins and my hammer, and everything would went downhill from that, I think.
I don't know. about this seed. I guess I was sitting here the entire time waiting for the restream to catch up, and I'm like, why did we need Dins for Twin Rova? And I'm like, we don't need ZL for anything. Like, what do you mean? And then I was like, oh wait, yeah, the mirror shield was on a ZL locked check, so maybe I should have prioritized those once I got it. But I don't know. The seed was I felt like I was out of it from the beginning because there was the hovers in DMT and I literally got the choose right beside it and didn't check it.
Yeah,
And I
there
ended
was
up
another
wasting
thing.
time going and like dipping Deku, and then I had to run back and cross and do shadow. So I don't know. It just
There was actually another thing, Zeph, that you still don't know about.
the bow in SFM Grotto.
Yeah, we thought you memory hold it. Thankfully there was another
Uh,
one for you. So
I
really,
I
it
ran
wasn't the
past it
hovers, it
with
was the
like
bow.
I ran past it with the choose, and I don't know why. I just didn't think to do it. But I'm like, I can. I think my thinking was I was gonna scum it at some point because all I had was like 30 choose, and I'm like, I don't want to waste all of these.
Yeah,
But
that's fair. Um,
I don't know.
so yeah, the bow did. It was really the bow that kind of hurt you the most, more so than the hovers, I would say. As
Yeah.
Ryu took a pretty solid progression lead. Not just early game, but like pretty much up until the mirror quote unquote casino. And in the end, what really decided it was after you both did Jabu, Ryu decided to play for AD instead of going for HC Fairy.
Yeah. That was kind
So
of
I
my
guess
idea of like when I do bottom of the well in Jabu, I'm just like, I don't know what else I have besides like HBA and beating Goma and like 2 items left in fire. So I was also
yeah,
thinking of the AD. But I was just like, I should really check uh Hyrule Castle Fairy because if I don't check it before I go back adult, there's no way that I'm doing it.
yeah.
And I had
I
forgotten
guess
about it earlier too.
I got a bit of a. Oh yeah, well, okay. So I'll get to that Mario in a bit. I first want to actually ask Ryu. You know, well, you both kind of actually didn't. You put off big posts for a while. There wasn't like really many good times to do it. I guess Ryu. I got asked about the decision of AD over HC Fury. Was it a feeling of yeah, I just did Jabu, I got nothing. Might as well just rip it on AD, or did you genuinely
Nope.
feel it was?
It was even simpler than that. I just totally forgot about IT.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
totally.
only remembered when I was on Volvagia.
Oh, that's rough,
Oh,
man.
So yeah, at the point I was on Volvagia, it was already over, and yeah, at this point, just do AD. Just commit to it.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess the other question that decision-wise that was interesting. So Zeph didn't have a bow going into Deku actually, but you did. You decided up to skip Goma actually, not knowing not knowing anything, not having an AD hint, not knowing if it could be ZL on AD. What went into that decision actually? I gotta ask you.
I had so much stuff left at this point. I think I didn't do GTG at this point. I still had to check my prelude song, and I
Hmm.
think, yeah, I was thinking of the prelude song being ZL. I had no idea it would be Bolero. So yeah, at this point I was just going, okay, let's just rush. I don't need to do the. I probably don't need to do the rest of the Gerudo area. And then I got Bolero. I was like, okay, Bolero could still have Din's Fire for ZL. Nothing on bottom of the world, nothing in GTG. I was like, okay. At this point, just do everything, I guess.
Yeah, you started to run really low on checks. I think it was like 5 checks before you had left before you got around to doing big pose.
I think I had Tektite, Toilet, and HBA, and Goma.
Yeah. By the way, if you're curious, Toilet had the other magic.
Oh, nice.
Zeph, for you were in a bit of a different position to Ryu. You know, you when you did big pose, you actually had GTG and well open. So and you had already been to Northfield, like you did the Northfield checks. What made you decide to rip it on big pose at that point?
I felt like it took me forever to get the bow, and um, like there was nothing in forest besides strength 3. Um, I guess strength 3 for me. It would have been strength 2 because the other strength was in
Yeah,
ice behind Din's. So that was kind of my idea, was that like Din's has to be before the bow. Was kind of my, or Din's is like locked by the bow because I got the strength 2 in forest, then I went to spirit, and I didn't have anything, like I didn't get anything good out of spirit, I don't think. And so my idea was that bow in some way locks like Din's.
interesting.
Because at that point, like, yeah, I would have had DC done, so I had Bolero. But my ZL was out of logic, so I'm like, I don't really care about going to bottom of the well. Um, and I could have done GTG, I suppose, but I think my game plan of doing big pose was going to be doing big pose, going back to Deku, and doing HBA and beating Goma.
Interesting.
And yeah, actually, that was my idea. I was gonna go and do that, and then like warp and do GTG, like kind of do that whole area, do like lake and fortress. So that was kind of my game plan, and then I got the hammer, and I'm like, well, I might as well go and do fire, and hopefully it's just mirror shield, and then hopefully shadow isn't Din's locked, because I didn't want to. I was thinking about going to Shadow and like seeing if I can complete it after I got the ZL. Um,
Mm.
but I've only done it once where I needed one key and it was on the floor master in the back of Shadow. And I'm like, I've gotten lucky once with being
It
able
won't
to
happen
beat
again,
Shadow
right?
without Dins. I don't think I'll get lucky again. So I'm like, I might as well keep trying to find Dins because obviously it's logical for ZL and everything. But
Yeah,
if the path item in fire was just mirror shield, then I was going to go back to Shadow and see if I could beat it.
right, of course.
And
Yeah,
then when
it
I
would have
bailed at the
been
Dins in fire, I was like, ooh, there's still
maybe
2
should have done
items
that.
left in here, and it could have just been mirror shield. And then I kind of just forgot about that.
Yeah, so there was actually one big difference. Speaking of that, so Ryu actually tried to stay in logic and find the Dins first, and it to his credit, it actually got him to hammer first at least. So that in
Hmm.
that sense, it was kind of good for him. Whereas you actually did FAE, went out of logic. Um, did you
Yeah, it
feel
felt
like
like it was the only thing I could do, really. Like, I knew that ZL had to be in there, and that was going to lock, like, getting back to Shadow. Although I guess in some way, Requiem could have just been on the AD song, which would have sucked.
yeah,
Because I never got that hint. But I was like, I just need to get this CL, and I can worry about where Dins is after.
yeah, that's fair. Um, well, I think that's most of the main questions we got. Yeah, roller coaster of a seed. It was really up and down. You know, Oak, do you got any questions for either of them? Or Runners, do you have
Nope.
any questions for us?
I personally got nothing. I just want to say
Oh,
GG's. The match was awesome to watch. So thank you guys.
oh, I guess I
I
got
think
one
yes
more
was
for
fun.
Ryu. I
Yeah.
guess I got one more for Ryu. So you're of course not out of it yet. You know, this was the winners match of the groups. So while Zeph will be going on to 2-0, you'll be going on to the lower bracket, and you'll be playing the winner of Weighty Words and Exodus next. Do you have any preference for that match? How are you feeling about either of them?
I've never played against Weighty in an official match, and I did play against Exodus a lot of time thanks to League. Well, let's just say I am not confident going against Exodus at all. But yeah, I think my win rate against him is pretty much 50-50. Well, I'd say I think in power ranking, Exodus should have this. So if I play against Exodus, it's gonna be a good match, but yeah, it's gonna be crazy hard. And if it's Weighty, damn, Weighty winning against Exodus, I should be careful as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Nope, that's some interesting insight. We'll see if that match actually gets restreamed. That match will of course be happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. No restream confirmed yet. We're still getting
Also,
volunteers for it. Yeah,
I need
go
to
on.
clear the air because Segway just said something about the adult fishing. I was there at the random time of day at dawn or dusk where they freak the fuck out and you can't
Yeah.
catch them. So I had to reset it. So Kirox or Rob Dog or whoever, can we fix that please? Luckily I had $41.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that is a very niche thing. For those who don't know, there's a very thin window right before dawn and dusk, and I think also between dusk and dawn, where for a few like frames of that time or something like that, the fish just freak out. Like they just absolutely go flying everywhere, and you can't do anything about that. It's a very very niche thing.
Nah,
so
keep it
luckily
in. I want a
there.
match to be decided by that.
Bruh.
That's what it's gonna take.
Yeah, like time of day stuff.
That is
All right,
ass.
I think with that, we're gonna hand it off to baseball. Thank you guys so much. The match was really fun to watch, and thank you for allowing us to restream. Baseball.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching today. Thank you to both of our runners, Zeph and Ryu. That was probably the best S9 match I've watched so far. It felt very back and forth, at least on Restream, which was nice. That it wasn't like immediate loss for anyone. So yeah, glad we got this one on. And thanks to Lady Draco for tracking with me today. She got up very early, so thank you. And thanks to Ink and Okishi for commentating. They also had to get up early. So yeah, thanks everyone. Couldn't do it without our wonderful volunteers. And we will be getting a restream for the match later today at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's Say versus Nastriel. And I did ping for a commentator for Weighty Words versus Exodus tomorrow at 6 p.m. So hopefully we could get that one on because that should be good. And Exo is always fun to watch. Okay, that's it for now. We're gonna raid over to a very cool person. Blue Roses for you. You may have heard of her. She is also gonna be commentating the match at 2 p.m. Eastern. So felt like a good raid. She's playing not a Zelda game. She's playing Banjo-Kazooie. It's her first playthrough, so if you spoil it, I will find you. And I'll be very mad at you, so don't do that. Okay. Hope you enjoy that. And we'll see you in a couple hours. Bye.